All right, let's talk about Anthropic's new AI agents. You've probably seen the names floating around. Claude Cowork, Claude Code. It's confusing, right? They sound almost identical. But here's the thing, they are worlds apart. Think of it like this. One is a master surgeon, built for precision, and the other is a brilliant general practitioner, there for everything else. Today, we're going to make the choice between them crystal clear.
So that's the big question, isn't it? Which agent is actually right for you? Is one just, a pro version of the other? Well, the answer is way more interesting than that. You're about to see that it's not really about which tool is better, but which one is built for your specific way of working. Let's figure that out together.
But first, to really get a handle on these tools, we got to look at the company behind them, Anthropic. They have absolutely exploded onto the AI scene. I mean, just look at this chart. It shows their insane growth. We're talking from $1 billion to an estimated $19 billion in revenue in just a couple of years. So what's the secret sauce? What's driving this?
Well, it really all boils down to this game-changing idea called Agentic AI. You need to forget about simple chatbots that just answer one question at a time. We are talking about an AI that can take on a whole complex project with lots of steps and do it all on its own. It's a true digital partner, and it is the engine under the hood of both tools we're looking at today.
So here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we'll break down what Agentic AI even is. Then, we'll do a deep dive into both Claude Code and Claude Cowork. After that, we'll put them head-to-head to see the key differences, we'll glance at the pricing, and then we'll wrap it all up with a super simple guide to help you pick the perfect one for you.
Okay, let's start with the big idea itself. What exactly is Agentic AI, and why is pretty much everyone in the tech world so excited about it? Seriously, understanding this one concept is the key to unlocking what makes both of these Claude tools so powerful.
To put it simply, an agentic AI isn't just sitting there waiting for your next command. Instead, you give it a high-level goal, and it goes off and figures out all the steps, makes a plan, and then executes that plan from start to finish. It's like the difference between asking someone for directions versus just having a chauffeur who already knows the best route and just drives you there.
This is hands down my favorite way to think about it. An AI agent is basically a super efficient digital intern, right? You don't micromanage an intern's every little move. You give them a goal, something like, hey, research our top 3 competitors and put together a summary deck for me. Then they go off, do the work, and come back with the finished product. That is the magic of Agentic AI.
So now that we get the agent part, let's see how Anthropic is actually using it. First up, we have Claude Code. And as you can probably guess from the name, this agent is built for a very specific, very technical user, the developer.
Okay, so Claude Code lives inside the command line terminal. If this screen looks a little intimidating to you, well, that's kind of the point. This is a tool that was built from the ground up for developers and engineers, the folks who live and breathe in this text-based world to build and manage software.
Its skills are totally laser-focused on development work. Just imagine having an assistant that can read your entire project's code for context and then on its own, write new features, hunt down tricky bugs and fix them, or even run all your automated tests. It can manage your code history, execute system commands, basically streamline those really complex technical jobs. It's like having a true co-pilot for coding.
Now let's totally switch gears and talk about Claude Cowork. What Anthropic did here was brilliant. They took that same powerful agentic brain from Claude Code and wrapped it in a friendly, easy-to-use graphical interface. This is the agent that's designed for, well, everyone else.
So instead of that black and white command line, Cowork is just a familiar desktop app. It's a point-and-click tool. It's made for founders, for analysts, for researchers, really for anyone who deals with documents and spreadsheets all day but wouldn't dream of opening up a terminal.
And the workflow is so intuitive. You just start by describing what you want in plain English. Something like, take all these invoices from my downloads folder, pull out the important data, and make a summary spreadsheet. Then Claude comes back with a step-by-step plan for you to look over. And this part's crucial. You get to approve it. You're always in control. Once you say go, it gets to work and delivers the final thing.
And what it can do is pretty amazing. It can take a messy folder with hundreds of files and neatly organize everything in seconds. It can turn a pile of messy notes into a perfectly structured report. It can automate all those boring admin tasks you hate doing. It can even build you a complex Excel sheet with formulas or a polished presentation, all from just a few bullet points.
All right, so we've met both agents. Now it's time for the most important part, the head-to-head comparison. Because when you put these two side by side, you'll see that the whole difference between them really comes down to one single trade-off.
And here it is, the big trade-off. It's all about ease of use versus control and precision. Cowork is all about simplicity. It lets anyone delegate tasks easily with a visual interface. Code, on the other hand, is all about precision, giving developers total control right down to the individual command. So the choice isn't about which is better, it's about what you need, easy delegation or fine-tuned control.
Now this table, this is where it all clicks. Look at what that trade-off actually means in practice. Setup time, Cowork is ready to go in minutes. Code, we're talking hours, maybe even days to get it configured just right. The tech skills required are like night and day. And here's the real kicker, control. With Cowork, you basically just approve the big picture plan. But with code, you have your hands on the wheel for every single command. This even matters for security. Cowork runs in a nice, safe, isolated bubble, while code needs full access to your system, which, naturally comes with more risk.
Okay, so you get the fundamental differences now. Let's quickly talk about how you can actually get your hands on these tools. How much do they cost, and where do they fit in Anthropic's grand plan?
The pricing model actually makes the distinction even clearer. As you can see here, Cowork is available on all their paid plans, and it starts at just $20 a month for the Pro tier. Claude Code, though, that's a premium tool. It's usually bundled in with the team plan for businesses that have developers on staff. This really just reinforces the idea that Cowork is for everyone, and Code is a specialized, professional-grade tool.
All right, let's bring it all home. We're going to wrap this up with a really simple framework to help you decide exactly which of these tools belongs in your workflow.
Honestly, it pretty much all boils down to this one simple question. Your answer is going to point you in the right direction immediately. Are you someone who is comfortable or even prefers working in a command line terminal? Or do you really prefer a visual, point-and-click kind of interface?
You should definitely go with Claude Code if you're a developer or an engineer. It's the right choice when you need absolute, fine-grained control over every single step of a process, especially when a tiny error could have really big consequences. If your day is spent writing code, building scripts, and managing complex systems, Code is going to be your new best friend.
On the other hand, you should choose Claude Cowork if you're a founder, an analyst, a marketer, really any professional whose work revolves around documents, data, and getting administrative stuff done. If you value speed and you'd rather just delegate an outcome instead of managing every step of the process, Cowork is your go-to. It's a massive productivity booster.
But you know what the real power move is? For a lot of teams, the best setup is actually using both. A developer could use Claude Code all morning to build out a new feature, and then in the afternoon switch over to Claude Cowork to analyze some user feedback and generate a quick project update. They're not competing with each other. They're complementary tools for different parts of the same job.
This quote just nails it. It perfectly captures the heart of this decision. It's not about which tool is better on paper. It's about matching the right tool to who you are and what you're trying to do. They're just two different solutions for two very different sets of problems.
So now I'm turning it over to you. Thinking about your own work, which one of these agents would be the bigger game changer for you? Is it the surgical precision of Claude Code, or is it the effortless delegation of Claude Cowork? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching.